Can I just start by asking you what is your view of whether your government, your military, has done a good enough job of proving their claim that there was a major command center and bunker under Al-Shifa?
It's already known for many years that they have in the bunkers that originally was built by Israeli constructors underneath Shifa were used as a command post of the Hamas and a kind of a junction of several tunnels, part of the system.
So our next story is about the Al-Shifa hospital. A site that has been a major player in this whole conflict, and how Israel came up with credible evidence on how the Al-Shifa hospital was being used by Hamas as one of their operating center. That it was one of the most sophisticated bunkers or center or whatever you want to call it, and Hamas was using it to collaborate or coordinate their affairs, and how they would destroy the bunkers and how they wanted to attack the Al-Shifa hospital so that they could eliminate Hamas and whatever they were doing beneath the hospital. This has been a long-standing argument whether or not the claims made by Israel were true. So let's watch this interview that was done by CNN anchor Amanpour with the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak. And let's hear what Ehud Barak had to say about all these claims.
Can I just start by asking you what is your view of whether your government, your military, has done a good enough job of proving their claim that there was a major command center and bunker under Al-Shifa?
It's already known for many years that they have in the bunkers that originally was built by Israeli constructors underneath Shifa were used as a command post of the Hamas and a kind of a junction of several tunnels, part of the system. I don't know to say to what extent it is a major. It's probably not the only kind of command post. Several others are under other hospitals or in other sensitive places, but it's for sure had been used by Hamas even during this conflict.
Well, when you say it was built by Israeli engineers, did you misspeak?
No, decades ago we were running the place. So we held them. It was many decades ago, probably 4 decades ago, that we helped them to build these bunkers in order to enable more space for the operation of the hospital within the very limited size of this compound.
Okay. All right. Well, that's sort of thrown me a little bit. So these were there for a long, long time, but you're claiming, or they're claiming, that they're used as a major command center. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that as yet, they have not shown conclusive proof of that.
So let me start by asking this question, right? If, according to his own admission, that those bunkers or tunnels were built by Israel, it means that Israel knew already that those things existed under the hospital, isn't it? And Israel knew that Palestinians could be using it for their operations, right? So it's not like Israel came up with that proof. It's not like Israel got that from their intelligence. It's like they already knew it was there. And they might be worried that Hamas might be using it to carry out their operations, right? So their whole thing was that we have to attack the hospital because there is a secure bunker there that Hamas might be using it to carry their operation. And if Hamas is in there, no matter how we struck the buildings in Gaza, it might not get those who are in the bunker, because I'm guessing those bunkers would be very safe and secure. And let me be clear, right? Israel went into Ashifa Hospital and they showed us some items. And according to them, those items prove enough that Hamas was operating from Ashifa Hospital. And those items were also relooked or re-evaluated by the BBC. And there were some inconclusive statements about the items they presented. In fact, BBC was the one that said that we are not sure if what you guys are saying is actually the truth. But you know what? You can have it your way. But I just have to say, right? I just have to say one thing. Like I have said many, many times. When you start saying things that are not true, when you start saying stuff that people disprove all the time, when you say A and someone say, no, you are wrong, actually it's B, and you say, no, it's A, and they say it's B, and then an investigation was carried out and it was clear, it was proven factually, you start losing credibility. And nothing kills a man as faster as lack of credibility. When people start doubting you, when people start thinking that you are not being truthful, when people start thinking that all what you say are a bunch of lies and propaganda, no one takes you seriously. And that has been Israel's main problem in all this. Because remember, when Israel was struck by Hamas on the 7th of October, people sympathized with Israel. People understood that Israel has been attacked. And people knew that they would fight back, which was to be expected. Everyone understood that. Everyone understood that. But when they start leveling Gaza, when they start dropping tons of bombs in Gaza, people started getting worried about how Israel was going. People started thinking that Israel was not going after Hamas, that Israel was not thinking straight, but Israel was just going after revenge. And people also heard what Israelis authorities were saying, and people were like, what you guys are saying is dangerous. And we cannot stand for this. We cannot sit back and watch you guys say all this and carry out these atrocities on Gaza. There are about 2.2, 2.3 million people in the whole of Gaza. About 1.1 in the north of Gaza. So you guys cannot just go there and start destroying things. No, at least there has to be a way of rooting at Hamas without necessarily killing Palestinians. We wouldn't want that to happen. When people started saying this, we all saw how Israel's narrative quickly flatlined. Everyone started seeing Israel and what they have done to be very, very bad. And they've just kept on doing it. Right now, we have about 15,000 people who have died in Gaza. And about 6,000 or 8,000 of them are children. And the important question that I always ask myself, and I want to ask you guys, is that how close is Israel on their goal of eradicating Hamas? How close are they? Please answer that in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Please do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow this channel, because that helps us really, really a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that, and like always, see you in the next one.